Neil, welcome back. We are breaking down P. Diddy's birthday, and he's hot right now. And when I say hot, it's not hot. He's in the hot seat. He's not blowing up. He's imploding. So let's chat about P. Diddy's birthday, and I'll lead it with you to tell us when is P. Diddy's birthday and what's interesting about P. Diddy's birthday pertaining to his personality and the things that are going on right now. Is that part of his personality? Does that have anything to do with the day he's born?
Diddy's really a fascinating case. And Diddy's birthday is November 4th, 1969. Ironically, the same birthday as Matthew McConaughey. And the day before, Kris Jenner, she's November 5th, 1955. And Kendall Jenner is November 3rd, 1995. So also Aaron Hernandez is November 6th, 1989. I throw that out there to give us some context because between November 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th, we have a lot of let's call it passion, a lot of sensual energy, a lot of violence, a lot of um, um, danger, right? So these groups of birthdays we're going to dive into today, featuring P Diddy. I think once the viewers hear this, they're going to be able to connect a lot of dots, and it's going to
Okay.
make a lot of sense to them.
People move carefully around P. Diddy. Have you ever wondered why that is?
Okay. So the November birthday, and just for people to be clear, we are breaking down the birthday, the day that someone was born, the celebrity, of course, and how that might relate to how they do things in life, their personality, how they choose romantic partners, how they act and behave. And right now, it seems like the news is talking all about, and people are coming out revealing a side of P. Diddy that was rumored about over the years, but now there are actual allegations against P. Diddy for inappropriate behavior, using his power and his money to either bully or influence or really just control. So is he being on his birthday? Is that a controlling birthday? Do people on his birthday have this sense of control because he's grand, right? Like he shows up grand. Tell me more about that.
Okay, so let's take it back to the good things about this birthday,
Okay,
right? Because my mentor told me that every person has two sides of the coin, the good and the bad. And the
agree.
good things of this birthday with P. Diddy and with Kris Jenner and with Matthew McConaughey is they make money. Now, why do they make money? Because a lot of self-belief. Now, some people talk about narcissism. I don't really like to use that word too often because
Sure.
it's overly used, but self-belief, confidence, authority, they are in charge and they know they're in charge.
I'm a savage! Oh! I'm a savage! Whatever I want, I'm going to get! What's next? I can do anything.
People love to follow them. Okay, so while now it's coming out that Diddy took advantage of people,
Sure.
fair enough. He also is a leader. He's
Mm,
visionary. He's magnetic. People are drawn to him. People who need leadership follow him. He's very charming, very charismatic, very serious. So when you see Diddy talk about business and he gets the business, he's very
right.
focused. And these are the traits of highly successful people, the top of their field, right? Kris Jenner is the momager. She's the architect of a $4 to $5 billion enterprise. The Kardashians have been on TV now for 20 years because of her. Very
Right.
powerful, very organized, very steadfast, Carm, meaning they know what they want, they know what needs to be done, and they won't stop till they get it. And people in the looking back will say, well, he is me. But at the
Hmm.
time, they're like, hey, we'll follow your leader. We trust you,
Sure.
right?
So the phrase natural born leader would apply to Diddy for sure, but around that November 3, 4, 5, like in that area, these are your leaders in the world, in the community, in industry. That's what you're noticing about this birthday.
Well, they lead by action.
Okay.
They don't necessarily lead by diplomacy. They
Sure.
lead by passion, right? So they lead by,
Interesting.
yeah. Because this group of birthdays are very passionate people, not only passionate in business, passionate how they look, passionate with their love and romance. They're passionate when they fall in love. It all comes from passion. It all comes from, but also Diddy's humorous. He's funny. He's sensitive. He can cry. People feel him. So this is a man who literally is either on fire or getting burned up, right? There's nothing in between, right? So
Right.
the good news of this person is he's a billionaire. He's
Yep.
successful. Pop music, hip hop music, crossover, dancing. He's an attractive guy. His Sean John brand, Biggie Smalls, making the band. Like, this guy's successful. This guy's charismatic. He's got a smile that lights up a room, a la Matthew McConaughey, a la
Yes.
Kris Jenner. But he's also got a dark side to him. And the one person I'll mention is Aaron Hernandez from the 49ers, from the Patriots. Aaron Hernandez took the life of 2 people on a Friday and scored 2 touchdowns on a Sunday.
The world was shocked by the arrest of Aaron Hernandez. Hernandez was charged with the murder of Odin Lloyd.
Wow.
Right? And then signs a $51 million deal. Right? So big smile, big personality, but very conflicted, because these people now, the number one word negatively is they're what's called escapist. And I don't want to get into the metaphysics and the spiritual realm and all that stuff, whether you believe in ghosts but these people actually can be outside their body looking at their body. So Diddy, when he alleged was maybe on Epstein Island, or Diddy, when he alleged did some of these violent things to women and to men, he can actually say he didn't do it because it wasn't him, because he was outside of his body looking at himself doing it. He's an escapist. And they functionally have bipolar and 2 personalities. So Diddy is 2 people in one.
What you saying that has me, like, in the back of my mind, I was thinking pathological liar. Are the people who are born on this birthday, do they have the capacity and an edge in lying, in not telling the truth, and being okay with it?
It don't matter if you Diddy or whoever you is. All lies will be exposed. That's all.
Well, because you got to remember, when you're an escapist, you're actually not you. So technically, if you're watching somebody else lie, they lied, I didn't lie. Now, you and I know it's the same person,
Right.
But in Diddy, actually, and I've interviewed over 2,000 people, I've tested over 2,500 people for personality assessments. They've told me, Coach Neil, we actually are out of body watching ourselves get hot, and they see red. So when they get mad, the switch turns, they see red, like a bull sees red with the matador. So he sees red. So he goes from smiling and dancing and happy to, in a minute, the switch is flipped. But then he goes back to being himself, and he's like, wait a second, that wasn't me. So he's actually not lying. He's just, the other part of his personality is actually performing those horrendous things. But then he tells the truth and says, hey, that wasn't me. Because it actually wasn't him in his conscious state. It was him in a state of red, in a state of fire, in a state of escaping. Because he also battles severe depression. This birthday, Carm, is laid with depression, but it's a different form of depression. It's depression that leads from love, it leads from alcohol, it leads from not being worthy. It's a really dark depression. So when he gets to that dark place, the demons really then come out, which are then, and we talked about Matthew McConaughey, who as a child was exploited. So they go to a dark place. They have dark places in them, and it's just not pretty. Yeah, it's actually, I feel bad for him, actually. I really feel for people with this birthday.
Well, on the brighter side, well, actually, we already talked a little bit about the brighter side. They have leadership qualities. There's always that yin and yang, right? Because as much as they have those leadership qualities, they also have, from what it sounds like, the ability to manipulate, right? I know in your assessments, there are multi-layers to somebody's personality. I think when you had done my assessment, like 42, how many are there? 45, 42?
I actually, when I go really deep into the day, the week, the year,
okay,
and I use different forms of the 4-month window they're born, I can get to about 120 good words and 120 bad words. And then there's nuance to it as well. Like, for example, one of Diddy's good traits is he's his willpower, his energy. One of his bad traits is his tyrannical. So when they're saying, well, hey, he was a tyrant, he ruled with an iron fist, You don't want to cross a guy like him.
People say that the scariest guy is the one that grew up on the street. Usually behind the scary dude is a man who's giving him orders. P. Diddy is one of those people.
The news talks about behavior that sounds like it is coming from, a tyrannical, maniacal kind of person. You don't want to get in his bad books. Let's put it that way.